Hello, great nurses. Welcome to the Career Pathway channel, where we guide nurses on their pathway to success. In our previous module, we discussed how molecular phenomena identifies with basic practice in nursing. So we looked at how molecular phenomenon in physics identifies with basic nursing practice. So today we'll be looking at module 3. Module 3 has to do with understanding of specific principles of heat energy in healthcare interventions. So we want to look at how basic principles of heat energy relate to everyday healthcare interventions. As we know, we have circles to success, and these are the key to note. Red circle indicates that these areas must be known for exam. Orange circles indicate that these areas are good for clinicals, and green circles ask you to skim over the video. Specific objective for module 3 are as follows. Number 1, define heat and energy. 2, enumerate the sources of heat energy. 3, explain the various methods of providing heat for the body. 3, define temperature. 5, list the types of thermometers and their uses. 6, describe heat conversion. 7, define calories. 8, state the caloric values of the following: adult food, baby food, vegetarian diet. We'll start with objective 1. Objective 1 says to define heat and energy. Definition of heat and energy. What is heat? Heat is a form of energy that is transferred between systems or objects with different temperatures, from higher to lower temperature. It is measured in joules. Joules is identified or indicated by capital J, or calories, CAL. The unit is joules or calories. 1 calorie is equal to 1.184 joules. Basically, in your physics lecture, your lecturer will teach you how to convert from one unit to the other. Please take note that 1 calorie is equal to 4.184 joules. Nursing relevance of heat. Heat is used therapeutically, e.g., warm compresses, to relieve pain, increase blood flow, or promote healing. It is also monitored in fever, hypothermia, right? And produced by metabolism. The next we'll define is energy. Energy is the capacity to do work or produce heat. It exists in different forms: thermal energy, chemical, electrical, kinetic energy, and of course potential energy. What is the nursing relevance of energy? The human body uses chemical energy from food to power the muscle contraction, brain function, and healing. Objective number 2 says enumerate the sources of heat energy. Now this is vital. In critical care, neonates and elderly are at high risk of heat loss due to poor thermoregulations. Nurses must understand heat sources to prevent hypothermia. You must understand that when somebody is old, body functions deteriorate, and also in neonates, newborn, their body still is under development. So basically, they are at risk of suffering hypothermia. Enumerating the sources of heat energy. 1 is solar energy, it's from the sun. Chemical reactions, which is from combustion, metabolism in the body. 3, electrical energy, which is from electric heaters and incubators. 4, mechanical energy, which is from friction when you rub your hands together. 5, geothermal energy, which is heat from within the earth. 6, nuclear reactions, which is nuclear power, radiotherapy. As a form of summary, let's look at it and how they apply to nursing. Sources of heat energy, explanation, and nursing relevance. Number 1 is metabolic processes. Metabolic processes: heat produced when cells break down nutrients. Example is glucose. During respiration. This is called metabolic heat or endogenous heat. What are endogenous heat? They are heat gotten from metabolic processes. How does it relate to nursing? Basal metabolic rate, very important, determines how much heat the body generates at rest, illness, fever, or hypothyroidism, leading to increased heat production. 2. External heat devices. Electric heating pads, warm blankets, incubators, radiant warmers, hydrocolators. They are used in hypothermia, neonatal care, muscle pain relief, and post-op recovery. So we'll also look at sunlight as a source of energy. We will explain it and then how it's relevant to nursing. Sunlight can also be called radiation. The sun emits infrared radiation that warms the skin. Overexposure can cause a sunburn, right, or heat stroke. Underexposure may contribute to hypothermia in elderly. Friction. Mechanical motion generates heat. Example, shivering and massage. One thing you must know about shivering is that shivering is a natural response to cold. Muscle contract rapidly in order to generate heat for the body. Chemical reactions. Chemical reactions is a source of heat. Exothermic reactions such as hand warmers, hot packs. How does it relate to nursing? Instant hot packs use crystallization or oxidation to release heat. Useful in field nursing or trauma. In the nursing field, right? In nursing field, we use warmers, hand warmers, right? And hot packs, warm packs, in order to allow blood flow to a particular location of the human body. Objective number 3 is to explain the various methods of providing heat for the body. We want to see how to provide heat for the body. Always assess skin integrity before applying heat. Take note, nurses. Use barrier clothes and check every 5 to 10 minutes to prevent burns, especially in diabetic, elderly, or unconscious patients. In the application of warm compress or cold compress, you don't put direct hot materials on patient. You don't even put direct ice on patient. They are in ice packed. Also, hot warmers are not put directly. They should be monitored. So please take note of these points. So we want to look at the various methods of providing heat for the body. One of them is conduction. Direct transfer of heat by physical contact. Example is hot packs and warm baths. Heat can also be provided by convection. Convection is heat transfer through the movement of fluid or gases. Example, warm air from incubators for neonates. Radiation is another way of providing heat. Heat transfer in the form of electromagnetic waves without direct contact. Example, radiant warmers for newborn. Evaporation is number 4. Heat loss when a liquid turns into vapor. Example, sweating for temperature regulation. Let's look at the summary of what we just discussed. Sources of heat energy, explanation, and their nursing relevance. Number 1 is metabolic processes. Heat is produced when cells break down nutrients. Example, glucose during respiration. This is called metabolic heat or endogenous heat. Basal metabolic rate determines how much heat the body generates at rest. Illness, fever, or hypothyroidism, which leads to increase in heat production. External heat devices, electric heating pads, warm blanket incubators, radiant warmers, and hydrocolators. Used in hypothermia, neonate care, muscle pain relief, and of course post-op recovery. We've looked at this before. Let's go to objective number 4. Define temperature. Temperature is the degree of hotness or coolness of a body or environment that indicates the average kinetic energy of particles in a substance. It is measured in Celsius, Fahrenheit, or Kelvin. Temperature is a measure of the average kinetic energy of particles in a substance. It indicates how hot or cold something is, but not the total heat content. Okay? It does not tell us about the total heat content. It tells us about the average heat content. In nursing, normal body temperature ranges below 36.5 degrees Celsius to 37.5 degrees Celsius, and that equals to 97.7 to 99.5 Fahrenheit. Temperature reflects thermal equilibrium. Imbalance indicates illness. Example in fever, hypothermia. Basically, when temperature is above normal rather, we say fever. Below normal, we say hypothermia. Okay. Objective 5. Types of thermometers and their uses. So we want to see the types of thermometers and how we can use them. Choose thermometer based on age, condition, and setting. You must understand this, that neonates use temporal thermometers or auxiliary digital thermometers. Unconscious people use tympanic or bladder probe thermometers. Infection control, with regards to infectious control, like during the COVID-19, we were using non-contact infrared thermometers. We are listing the types of thermometers and their uses in the hospital. 1. Clinical thermometers. It measures body temperature, oral, rectal, axillary. Types of clinical thermometer are oral, rectal, axillary. 2. Digital thermometers. Quick, accurate for body temperature measurement. 3. Infrared thermometers. They are non-contact measurement for forehead or the ear. Mercury in glass thermometer. The traditional types use less due to mercury toxicity. So I don't think they are even involved. Let's continue. Electronic thermometers used in hospitals for continuous monitoring. Basal thermometers, they are used for monitoring ovulation in fertility care. Summary of what we've been discussing. Now we'll look at the types of thermometer, how they work, how they are used in nursing, their advantages and their limitations. Take note of the golden orange circle. It tells us that these areas are important for our clinicals. Okay. Number 1, mercury in glass thermometers. Expansion of mercury with heat. It works by expanding mercury with heat. Historical use now phased out due to toxicity. So it's no longer used in nursing. Advantages and limitations. It is hazardous if broken, banned in many hospitals. Number 2, digital thermometer. How does it work? It works by using electronic sensor which detects temperature and displays it digitally. How is it used in nursing? It's most common in oral, axillary, and rectal usage. Advantage: it is fast, less than 10 to 30 seconds. The result is up. Safe, accurate, and uses probe covers. Okay. Number 3, infrared thermometers. Measures infrared radiation from eardrum, tympanic, or forehead. Temporal. Tympanic, quick for adults and children. Temporal, non-contact, ideal for neonates. Advantages: it is non-invasive and fast. It is affected by earwax or sweating. So that is the disadvantage. It is affected by earwax or sweating. If you are being asked what is the disadvantage of infrared thermometers, it is affected by earwax or sweating. Types of thermometer. Number 4, disposable single-use strip thermometer. How does it work? It works by using chemical dots which change color based on temperature. How is it used in nursing? It has limited use. Example, screening in the clinics. Disadvantage: less accurate, not for critical care. 5, continuous core temperature probes. How does it work? It is inserted into the esophagus, bladder, or pulmonary artery. It's used in the ICU for ICU patients doing surgery or critical illness. It is used in real-time monitoring. That's an advantage. Disadvantage is that it is invasive and requires training. Invasive means it can be put directly into the person's body, right? 6, disposable single-use strip. How does it work? It works by chemical dots changing color based on temperature. Okay, I think we've seen this before. Let's continue. Number 6. Objective number 6 says describe heat conversion. Heat can be converted. What is heat conversion? Heat conversion is the process of transforming one form of energy into heat or converting heat into another form of energy. The process by which one form of energy is transformed into thermal energy, which is heat. The law involved is the first law of thermodynamics, which says that energy is neither created nor destroyed, but only converted from one form to another. Take note of the first law of thermodynamics. Example: electrical energy is converted into heat energy via heaters and incubators. Chemical energy is converted into heat via digestion and metabolism. Mechanical energy is transformed into heat by friction during massage. Let's take a brief look at describing heat conversion and how they relate to nursing. Number 1, energy input to conversion, process, output, and nursing relevance. Number 1, chemical energy from food. What's the conversion process? Metabolism, cellular respiration. So through metabolism, chemical energy is converted. What's the output? Heat plus ATP is given. The body maintains 37 degrees Celsius even at rest. Malnourished patients generate less heat, leading to risk of hypothermia. Nurses must take note of this. Electrical energy. Electric heating pad leads to resistor heat up. So electrical heating pad can lead to resistor heat up. Heat via conduction. That is the output. Nursing relevance. Used for pain relief. Monitor for burns. We must monitor for burns when we use electrical energy for pain relief. Mechanical energy. Mechanical energy is the conversion process is via muscle contraction, which is shivering. The output is friction leading to heat. Nursing relevance. Natural defense against cold seen in sepsis or post anesthesia. You see that sometimes after anesthesia or after the surgical operation with patients who were anesthetized, you will understand that they undergo rigor after the surgery. After some time, the rigor will efface. So just know the stages of rigor and how you can take care of your patient. Radiant energy. Conversion process is via absorption by the skin. Output is converted to heat. It can cause overheating or dehydration in the elderly. Take note of this point. During surgery, anesthetized patients cannot shiver. So external heat conversion devices such as B-Hugger is used. They are essential to prevent hypothermia. Objective 7 says describe heat conversion. A calorie. What is a calorie? A calorie is the amount of heat energy required to raise the temperature of 1 gram of water by 1 degree Celsius. So in understanding heat conversion, we must understand calories. Take note of the definition of calories. Kilocalories, which is KCAL, is equal to 1000 calories. So remember energy conversion, 1000 calories make 1 kilocalories, right? Commonly used in nutrition. Is used in nutrition, 1 kilocalories, 1000 calories. When we say this food has 200 calories, we mean 200 kilocalories. In nursing, caloric intake is essential for energy balance. Patient needs sufficient calories to maintain body temperature, heal wounds, and support immunity. Objective number 8. To state the caloric values of the following: adult food, baby food, and vegetarian diet. State the caloric value of the following: adult food. Adult food has an average adult food has 2,000 to 2,500 kilocalories per day, depending on activity level. Baby food, infants require 100 to 120 kilocalories per kg per day for growth and development. Vegetarian diet. Caloric values varies based on food selection. Typically, vegetarians get 1,800 to 2,200 kilocalories daily. That's their requirement actually. Often rich in carbohydrates and plant proteins. Let's see how they are being influenced by various factors. Adult food, average daily caloric is 2,000 to 2,500 kilocalories per day. It is affected by age, sex, and activity level. It's also affected by illness. Example, burns will increase the need for kilocalories to 3,000 plus per day. Pregnancy or lactation, women who are lactating mothers need extra 300 to 500 kilocalories. Baby food, average calories is 90 to 120 kilocalories per kg per day. Example, 600 to 800 kilocalories per day for a 6 kg infant. Rapid growth can influence it, okay? Requires high energy per kg. Breast milk is approximately 67 kilocalories per 100 mils. Formula is approximately 20 kilocalories per oz. Vegetarian diet. Average diet calorie required for vegetarians 18 to 25 kilocalories per day. Factors influencing it. Lacto-ovo vegetarians similar to omnivores. Vegans may need fortified foods for vitamin B12, iron, protein. Plant-based fats, not oil, are calorie dense. How does this apply to nursing? Born patients may need up to 35 to 40 kilocalories per day per kg per day due to hypermetabolism. Malnourished elderly require extra calories to prevent hypothermia and poor wound healing. Premature infants need 110 to 130 kilocalories per kg per day to grow and maintain their body heat. In summary, take note of this: you don't just check temperature, you manage energy. When you cover a shivering patient, you are reducing heat loss by convection. When you use a warm IV fluid, you are preventing hypothermia via conduction. When you feed a post-op patient, you are providing calories to generate metabolic heat. Mastering heat physics makes you a safer, smarter nurse. Please take note, even in your foundation of nursing, you must understand how heat is converted. You must even understand how heat is being lost from your patient body. We discussed it earlier: conduction, convection, and radiation. You must note their examples. Circles to success. Take note of the calories required by all groups. This could be a possible exam question. Green circle, make sure you go through this video again. Take note of the practical areas that were indicated. Answer this question in the comment section. Why is understanding the difference between conduction and convection critical when managing a patient with hypothermia? A, B, C, or D? Let me know your answer in the comment section. How does the principle of evaporation explain the effectiveness of cooling blankets for hypothermia management? A, B, C, or D? Let me know your answer in the comment section. Why must nurses consider specific heat capacity when preparing warm compresses for wound care? Number 4. How does the concept of thermal equilibrium apply to taking accurate tympanic membrane temperature readings? Number 5 and the last. Why is understanding heat transfer mechanism essential when using radiant warmers for neonatal care? If your exams are usually theory-based, I want you to take note of the basic definition which we got in this video. That is, if your examination is usually theory-based. I want to thank you for staying this long for this video. If you have not subscribed to this channel, kindly subscribe, because one subscriber every day makes our channel grow. This also let me know how you enjoy or engage with these videos. Thank you for staying till the time. Till we meet again.